Lesson number 87 is about properties of algebra. And the two key properties that we need to focus on this lesson begin with one called the commutative property. The commutative property just says a plus b is equal to b plus a. Now, we know that's true. We know that if we had 4 plus 3, that could also be written as 3 plus 4. So all the commutative property is saying is that the order of addition doesn't matter. And that's an important property to keep in mind as we solve different problems. Make sure you pause the video now to get this written down if you don't have it already. Let's look at our next property. Here we have the associative property. Now the associative property of addition, well, it's always going to use parentheses. And in this we have a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Notice that with addition, it doesn't matter what is inside the parentheses. So if we had a problem like 1 plus 2 plus 3, well, we could also say that's going to be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. The order of addition doesn't matter, and when we use these parentheses, it's helping us associate different numbers with each other. So, 1 plus 2, that would be 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 more. Outside the parentheses must be 6. So when we associate these together using the associative property within parentheses and 1 outside the parentheses, we get the same answer. Now we can use these properties, the associative property and the commutative property, to help solve problems. Here we're told to use the commutative and associative properties to solve. Now this problem wouldn't be hard to do if we didn't use any properties. All we would do is say 87 plus 49 plus 13 plus 51. And then we'd solve. But there's a better way to do this problem. A better way to use this problem, or to do this problem using the commutative property in specific, would be to say 87 plus 13. 87 plus 13, we're going to do that first. And then we're going to say plus, and we're going to have another pair of parentheses, plus 49 plus 51. Now, I chose those numbers, and hopefully you see why, because 87 plus 13, that's just 100. And 49 plus 51, that's also 100. So, 100 plus 100, that must equal 200. We get the same answer here, but it just takes a little bit more work when you say 7 plus 9, plus 3 plus 1, and then you carry, and then a plus 4 plus 1 plus 5 plus your carry to find your answer. Well, I'd rather just do 100 plus 100, and that's what the commutative and associative properties allow us to do. We'll practice this more with our lesson practice on page 273. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.